Have you ever wondered how the map of Europe was redrawn after the Napoleonic Wars? The Congress of Vienna, held from September 1814 to June 1815, was the masterstroke that reshaped the continent. Following the defeat and exile of Napoleon Bonaparte to the island of Elba in 1814, this diplomatic conference was convened with a primary goal: to establish a new balance of power in Europe and prevent the resurgence of revolutionary and imperial ambitions. The major European powers, including Austria, Britain, Russia and Prussia, were at the heart of the negotiations. Key figures like Clemens von Metternich of Austria, Lord Castlereagh of Britain, Tsar Alexander III of Russia, and Prince Karl August von Hardenberg of Prussia took center stage. Each brought their unique perspectives and objectives, contributing to a diverse and dynamic diplomatic landscape. With a diverse cast of political heavyweights, the stage was set for what would become a significant reshaping of Europe. At the heart of the Congress was a strategic game of checks and balances. This intricate dance was guided by three foundational principles: balance of power, legitimacy, and compensation. The balance of power principle sought to prevent any single European nation from becoming too dominant. A sort of diplomatic seesaw, if you will, ensuring no one nation could tip the scales too far in their favor. Next, we have legitimacy. This principle aimed to restore the rightful monarchs who had been dethroned during the tumult of the Napoleonic era. The Congress sought to rewind the clock to a time when the thrones of Europe were occupied by their rightful heirs. Lastly, compensation was a way to make amends to those states that had suffered territorial losses during the Napoleonic Wars. In essence, it was a diplomatic sorry card, with borders instead of words. These principles directly influenced the territorial adjustments, particularly the restoration of France to its 1792 borders. Thus, the map of Europe began to change, with territories shifting and nations reforming. This was not merely a reversion to the old order, but the creation of a new Europe. As the Congress of Vienna continued its sessions, it held the strings to the map of Europe, reshaping and redefining territories and power bases. One of the significant creations was the German Confederation, a political entity that encompassed 39 independent German states. It was a masterstroke of diplomacy, designed to maintain stability and prevent future aggression by centralizing the authority of the German states. Imagine, if you will, a multitude of scattered pieces coming together to form a cohesive whole. But the German Confederation was not the only region subject to the Congress's cartographic prowess. To the south, the map of Italy was redrawn, and a series of states came into existence under Austrian influence. This was a strategic move to counterbalance French and Spanish interests, a chess game played on a continental scale. Meanwhile, the Alpine nation of Switzerland was recognized as a neutral and independent state. Its borders were reaffirmed, and it was set as a peaceful oasis amidst the power plays and territorial disputes. Switzerland became, in essence, a symbol of the Congress's desire for a balanced and harmonious Europe. Yet, the Congress did not limit its scope to continental Europe alone. It turned its gaze to the colonies, the far-flung territories that were pawns in the great game of empire. Britain emerged from the Congress with control of several colonies, a testament to its diplomatic clout. Moreover, the principle of effective occupation was established, setting a precedent for colonial claims. As the ink dried on the treaties and agreements, a new Europe emerged. A Europe of balance and stability, of redrawn maps and reshaped alliances. It was a Europe that, despite its scars and upheavals, sought a path of peace and cooperation. It was a Europe that bore the imprint of the Congress of Vienna, a testament to the power of diplomacy and negotiation. And so a new Europe emerged from the deliberation rooms of Vienna. The Congress of Vienna was more than a diplomatic meeting. It was a turning point in history. Its legacy echoed through the corridors of time, shaping the political landscape of Europe for decades to come. The Congress is widely recognized for successfully restoring stability after the seismic shock of the Napoleonic Wars. It did so by crafting a delicate balance of power, ensuring no single nation could dominate the continent. This gathering in Vienna also set the stage for the Concert of Europe, an innovative system where major powers collaborated, not clashed, to maintain peace and stability. This was a new approach to international diplomacy, prioritizing negotiation over conquest, dialogue over discord. The Congress of Vienna was not just a meeting, but a milestone. It marked a shift from the chaos of war to the choreography of diplomacy, influencing the course of European politics for the better part of the 19th century. So the next time you look at a map of Europe, remember the diplomatic dance that took place in Vienna over 2 centuries ago.